One of the things I've always been looking for is a quick and easy way to make fuel for the wood gasifier. And I got a lot of wood around here, but it's difficult to figure out how to make a lot of it in a short period of time. So that's one of the quests that I'm thinking about when I'm walking around. So anyhow, I was getting some logs cut up for the outdoor furnace there the other day, and I happened to be walking down towards the shop here, and I came across this little item right here. Now, it doesn't look like much. It's a little chunk of wood, a little bit of round wood that got knocked off from one of the chainsaw cuts there, and I tripped over it once the other day there, and I'm looking at this thing and I'm saying, boy, that's about the size of stuff that we can use on the thing there. You know, if we blocked it off a little bit into like a little square here or something or other, and I'm guessing that's about an inch thick. So I went, and you always kind of wonder how ideas get started. So that was the idea that I said, now we got to be able to come up with a whole bunch of that. And I cut about, I don't know, 6 or 8 1-inch thick pieces off of that in, God, it wasn't a couple of minutes. If the saw was a little bit sharper, it would take a little bit less time, but I mean, that didn't take hardly any time at all. So I got 6 or 8 pieces of this log that are about yay thick. Okay, so I decided to start timing this thing to see how much time it takes to cut these things. So I went out and sharpened the saw up quick, and so from start to finish, I cut 15 of these rounds in 5 minutes, and that included walking up to the wood stove or the wood furnace to get the saw and my helmet and earmuffs and stuff like that. So that included that time, so that's probably a minute right there. So 15 rounds in 4 minutes, and I cut up one earlier, chopped it up with an axe, and I came up with just about 2.5 gallons. So yeah, almost 2.5 gallons of thing out of one of these rounds. Okie dokie. So we just chopped up that one round. It took 8 minutes, and we don't quite have a full 5-gallon bucket, but we've got some pretty nice chunks there. So that was one round in 8 minutes. So we've got we got probably 18 of them in there, because I cut a couple more, and so we could probably have that all worked up in a little under an hour and a half. So I'm thinking that this is a pretty good idea. Now the wood's green because I just cut it right out of the log deck, but I could set it right in front of this blower for a while, and I'll bet you after a few weeks or so sitting under that blower, that'd be plenty dry for our gasifier. So thought you guys might like to. I'm getting pretty enthusiastic about it. I make a lot of wood in a short order doing it that way, and it's all by hand, except for the chainsaw. Most of us do have the chainsaws, so get out there and start cutting. Let's get this done, boys.